The script of Kiss the Blood Off My Hands was the work of three writers, veteran screenwriters Ben Maddow and Leonardo Bercovici, and first-timer Walter Bernstein. Within a few years, all three would be blacklisted in Hollywood, accused of being communist sympathizers. While it kept their names off movie screens for most of the 1950s, it certainly didn't curtail their careers. All of them continued writing by using fronts to sign their scripts. Bernstein would eventually be nominated for an Academy Award for the script of the 1976 film The Front, a fictionalized version of his experiences during the McCarthy era. Gerald Butler, the author of the novel Kiss the Blood Off My Hands, had another of his books, Mad with Much Heart, made into the notable noir On Dangerous Ground, which shifted the novel's setting from England to upstate New York. This was director Norman Foster's second Hollywood film following his return from Mexico. He'd relocated there after helping develop one of the segments of Orson Welles' aborted project, It's All True. Foster was a good director who never got his due, largely because he couldn't escape, at least in the minds of film historians, Welles' massive shadow. He never really got credit for directing 1943's Journey into Fear, despite Welles' insistence that Foster directed all but a few scenes. And after making this film, Foster bounced around as a freelancer at various studios, which kept him from building a sturdy resume. These days, he's probably most known for the 1950 film Woman on the Run, which was rescued several years back by my Film Noir Foundation. Foster also returned to his roots as an actor in Welles' final film project, The Other Side of the Wind, portraying the loyal aide-de-camp to the megalomaniacal film director played by John Huston, a thinly veiled depiction of Foster's own relationship with Welles. Producer Harold Hecht made a big deal in the press that this film would feature an all-British cast surrounding his new all-American star, Burt Lancaster. Fortuitously, Joan Fontaine had been born to British parents, making her casting both logical and authentic. It didn't hurt that the actress, under contract at Universal at the time, was an Oscar winner and a three-time nominee, appearing in support of Hollywood's hottest new male star. Fontaine was often bemused during production by her co-star's domineering behavior and his tendency to contradict Foster's direction. She'd ask Foster, "Shall I do it your way or Mr. Lancaster's way?" It also came as a surprise when Fontaine had the production shut down for 12 days due to illness. Turns out she was pregnant and trying to hide the fact. Despite further complications that required Robert Siodmak to direct a few final bits of business, Lancaster's first film as a producer finished on time and on budget. To show how much he had invested in the picture's success, Lancaster staged a unique promotion in support of the film's release. He and actor-stuntman Nick Cravat, his boyhood chum, recreated the acrobatic routine that first brought them to public attention. It was a 20-minute vaudeville-style opener in 3 major cities, accompanied by full orchestra. Can you imagine going to see Kiss the Blood Off My Hands in a movie theater and having Burt Lancaster doing stunts live on stage to start the show? Man, that was show business. You're welcome to register your delight or disgust with today's film on the Noir Alley Facebook page or Twitter feed. But just be sure to make it aboard the bus in time for next week's show, when we take a Greyhound through the American Southwest, riding with Ruth Roman as she gets mixed up with a guy who might be a murderer in the 1951 melodrama Lightning Strikes Twice. Until then, see you in the shadows.